a story about hope and heroism from a man who defied the odds.
NYPD detective Stephen McDonald died last month, 30 years after he was shot in the line of duty. Earlier this week, I sat down with his wife and son as they shared their precious memories of their hero in blue.
Dad, Merry Christmas.
Just a few weeks ago, Detective Stephen McDonald and his family hosted Christmas. He was in a good mood. No one could predict this would be his last. 6 days into the new year, Detective McDonald suffered a heart attack.
They brought his heart back. I believe it was a gift that they got his heart back so that we could say our goodbye.
4 days later, he took his last breath.
When I gave him the last kiss, that he was warm. He looked like he was sleeping.
In her first interview since her husband's passing, Patty Ann McDonald sat down with me and revealed she is relying on Stephen to get through her new reality.
I just think of Stephen, and I know he's giving me the strength.
He was taken to Bellevue Hospital, where he's now undergoing a second emergency surgery.
He wasn't expected to live on that summer day in 1986 when he was shot 3 times by a 15-year-old he was questioning about a stolen bicycle.
It was...
You just knew?
I just knew. From the moment he was injured till the day he passed, we could always communicate, because in the beginning he couldn't communicate because he couldn't speak.
And there were times that he thought about suicide.
There were, things that were going through his mind, and I remember calling Cardinal O'Connor, and he helped him through that. We finally had to say, you got this. You can't do this anymore. I'm pregnant with, your baby. I need you.
Join together for a moment of cheer in celebration of Stephen's amazing spirit.
That spirit inspired an entire city when he forgave the teen who almost killed him.
Stephen had to do it every single day, and he did.
Had to forgive him every day.
Every day. It was in order for him to keep going on.
Connor, who became a police officer just like his father, had to forgive too.
It's not easy, but we do. We have to understand that, we can't let hate destroy our hearts.
Forgiveness grows.
Guided by a new purpose, he traveled the globe, encouraging others to forgive as he did. Family photos chronicle McDonald's remarkable journey, meeting Pope John Paul, laughing with Bono, making silly faces, and ringing in 2017 in Central Park.
We lived a life that not many can say they've lived.
Stephen McDonald's coffin entered the cathedral at the head of a river of mourners.
Now, with their hero gone, Patty Ann and Connor will make sure Stephen's message of love endures much longer than his life. When your child asks you, what was Grandpa like? What do you say?
Just, he was a hero, He was the greatest man that I'll ever know, and he made something dark and ugly into a beautiful thing.
Even though he was in the wheelchair on a respirator, he did more for me in that situation than an able-bodied husband could do.
I have to say I was so honored to be allowed to speak to them so soon after Detective McDonald's death. Their message of hope and forgiveness is really beyond words. But I do want to end this on a lighter note, if I can. When Connor was born, it was emergency C-section. And by the time Patty Ann woke up, Stephen had already named him. And he was the first one on his own, wow. And the first one to know that they had a boy.
Wow.
But she really laughed at that story, and so did Connor, and it just kind of shows his personality.
Oh my goodness!
They're a beautiful family.
Just takes your breath away. I got to tell you, we meet a lot of amazing people. I don't know if you can get any better than that. That's just.
Remember when Cardinal Dolan described him as a saint? Remember?
Yes. If there ever was one. My goodness, very well done.
Thank you to the McDonald's for allowing us to do that.
Beautiful family. All right.